to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. And let's get into a match that very well could have main evented this card if we didn't get the main event that we got, which had men's world championship implications. And that was the fatal four-way to see basically a qualifier match to get into the four-way at Forbidden Door for Mercedes Moné's TBS championship, right? So it's going to be Mercedes defending her title against someone from AEW, someone from Stardom, and someone from CMLL down in Mexico. And this one was for the first spot of three, which was going to be represented by someone from AEW. And you had the newcomer Alex Windsor, Sky Blue, Billy Starks, and Queen Aminata, who's really been cooking for a while now, and slowly and just but surely, not even slowly, but just surely improving on her in ring and stuff like that. Now, this one started out with Athena, the current Ring of Honor Women's Champion, accompanying Billy Starks to the ring. And before the bell rung, you had the current AEW Women's Champion coming down to the ring as well. Seeing as though her and Athena is in a feud right now. Athena cashed in her contract that she won in the Casino Gauntlet match to get a match with Toni Storm at Forbidden Door. Now, that match is going to be nothing short of a great match. But the match we're talking about is this four-way, and good God, was this like just a wrestling clinic, right? And AEW's women's division is really heating up. It's really heating up. They have a lot of talent. It's just, I guess, I don't know, hard for them or difficult for them to always, showcase every single woman because they have a lot. And with 4 hours of TV, I mean, you could and they should, showcase more. But in this one, they did showcase. I think everyone did their job. I think everyone in this match really put it on for the women's division. You had a lot of great sequences. You had like a double super kick sequence, and then like man, like I can't. It's a lot. It was a lot. You had a point in the match where Sky Blue was going to hit um Cold Blue on Queen Amnat on the outside on a chair. Kind of flubbed it up a little bit, but man, Queen Amnat reversed it and hit her with a like reverse DDT type maneuver right onto the back of the steel chair, and man, did it look like it hurt. I think for the most part, Alex Windsor, the newcomer to All Elite Wrestling, really showcased and showed out. I will admit I'm not too familiar with Alex Windsor, so I'm, just getting into her and things like that. But from the last couple of showings of her, very really interested into seeing what she does more in AEW. But in this match, for sure, she came with a strong style with strong strikes and stuff like that. You had a point in the match where Billy Starks got on the top rope and just dove all on, coming from like the out of nowhere, really, with a senton onto the other three women on the outside. Um, Billy Starks. Let's talk Billy Starks for a minute. It is going to be great when it comes to a point where she breaks out on her own. I remember, I believe it was last year maybe, where I thought they were telling that story of Billy Starks breaking out onto her own away from Athena, but somehow she circled back around and is right back under the wing of Athena. But when she finally does it, man, it's going to be great because I see her as this plucky underdog, right? She's a high flyer, she can strike, she has this great look about her, this like, bubbly, colorful persona, and that could really shine through on television. She could very well be the TBS champion right now and have great matches every week on TV on AEW. And that is what I want from Billy Starks. it was just great to see the women go out there and be put into a position where they can perform, was given a good amount of time to really tell a story and to really, put over how strong this women's division is. Like I said, it was a point in this match where there was a lot of like strikes being thrown back and forth. You had a double super kick spot into a clothesline spot into a double German spot. You know what I mean? And like all four of them were down. The crowd was hot. And man, like to me, like I said, this could have been your main event on Dynamite, on Collision. This match could have been on a great spot on a pay-per-view. All four women, like really put it on the line out there. And in the end, Alex Windsor pinned Billy Starks to further that feud going forward, as we've seen Athena and Billy Starks, going at Toni Storm, and Alex Windsor has come to her aid before. Um, in a backstage interview with Renee, we seen Toni Storm and Alex Windsor, trading, sexual innuendos and stuff like that. So they're coming into a camaraderie of sorts due to their common enemies in Billy Stark and Athena. So as of now, it will be Mercedes Moné and Alex Windsor in that fatal four way. We still have yet to see the other two women who will be represented by Stardom and CMLL. I think the four way is going to be one of those matches, great matches on the pay per view. Forbidden Door is really stacking up to be a great show. We have Swerve versus Okada. Um, those two are going to tear it up. Swerve is just on another level when it comes to this professional wrestling thing in AEW. One of the top guys, the franchise as he calls himself. We have Athena versus Toni Storm, and there's other matches to be announced. Maybe we'll get MJF versus Hangman. I think it should be Hangman versus Mark Briscoe because in the main event we saw a screwy finish. Um, so we'll see where they take that one. But for this women's fatal four way, it was top notch. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I love wrestling.